Hello everybody, Frouwo here bringing you game number 1 of the Round of 4 Nexon Sponsorship League Season 3 of Zephyr Dota versus MVPHOTSIX. This is a best of 5 matchup and both teams going to start off now 0-0 of course, as this is the first game. And yeah, let's just hop right into the pick and bans so far. Zephyr banning out the OD, the Timbersaw, the Nyx, and the Lifestealer, while MVP bans out the Slark, the Storm Spirit, the Shadow Demon, and the Puck. Zephyr in the meantime picking up the Visage, the Mirana, the Nitrous Prophet, as well as now the Vengeful Spirit. HOTSIX in the meantime picking up the Alchemist, the Crystal Maiden, and the Clockwork. So Zephyr actually, more so than MVPHOTSIX, drafting a little bit out of the box here. Vengeful Spirit and Prophet, of course, not picked up too often. Prophet actually moderately so in the Korean scene at least. But HOTSIX really looking more in the European style with the heavy stuns, heavy supports. Zephyr did, however, pick up the Mirana, which is very, very popular. Visage popular as well, but again, Prophet Spirit not so much. And Weaver now picked up by MVPHOTSIX, so Zephyr could do multiple things here. It's likely they're looking for a mid-hero last, as Vengeful Spirit and Visage likely to be the supports, Prophet, the offlane, and Mirana the possible carry. Or maybe mid, we'll have to wait and see. But I do believe Corey was playing the Mirana, or even Bambo playing the Mirana earlier in this tournament. One more ban out going to come up from Zephyr. Going to ban out, I don't know. The good thing about Dota is that all the real heroes are really very enigmatic, and you can just run any hero anywhere. Zephyr banning out the Shadow Fiend as last pickup, however. Don't want to face up against that. And HOTSIX banning out the Pugna, so don't want to face that, fearing the heavy push with the Prophet on the side of Zephyr, as well as the damage aura from the Vengeful Spirit. Pretty crazy stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna wait on the last pickup from Zephyr, but could just be seeing the mid hero for Zephyr, unless it's going to be something unconventional, like the, well, Mirana's not unconventional per se, but certainly better mids than that. HOTSIX in the meantime also needing that mid hero. So Zephyr really not sticking to the tried and true of picking up their mid hero in the first pick, but against all uneasy it didn't really matter. And we're going to see a Dragon Knight, so a bit disappointing. Dragon Knight just the standard run-of-the-mill. Hey guys, let's push. Everyone picks up the hero, and not that flashy, not that. He's got a stun, he's got the fire breath, he's got the elder form. Like, okay, they're just gonna push down towers now. It's not exciting. Not gonna be a fun game. Well, we could have hoped, boys. We could have hoped. But Zephyr looking with the push, or looking for the push at least in this game. And HOTSIX now gonna look for that mid hero to counter the Dragon Knight. Banning out that Shadow Fiend strategically, it seems, to make sure he didn't get the advantage. Well, if Shadow Fiend goes even in the mid lane with any hero he plays against, it's essentially an advantage, because Shadow Fiend is really a hero that balls out of control in that sense. So Shadow Fiend would certainly trade mid very well against the Dragon Knight, especially as Dragon Knight is the melee hero and really only has the fire breath to spam out against. Is dodgeable. Well, not dodgeable per se, but you can move and the flame breath can miss, so can't take too much harass. And last pickup now for MVPHOTSIX here. Going to be picking up their mid hero, unless they're going to run the Clockwork or the Alchemist or the Weaver. But certainly Zephyr going to run that Dragon Knight mid with Blitz. Put Corey on that, or Bambo or Corey on the Mirana. Wait and see on that. Corey could be playing a carry Prophet, who knows? Carry Vengeful Spirit even. And the Enchantress is the last pickup for Zephyr, so Zephyr gonna be laning this pretty interestingly. It seems like our Clockwork will be going mid, and our Weaver will be going towards the bottom. Our Alchemist and Crystal Maiden will be supporting, of course, and the Enchantress, I don't know. We will certainly have to see how they lane this, because I still really don't know, because who's going to fill that offlane role for HOTSIX? You could just throw Andrew up there, have Bonwa from up the mid, and Danny on the bottom, possibly. But the Enchantress certainly going to be interesting to see which woods she goes to. And let's work on our player introduction now. We have Sunbi on the Enchantress, Banwa on the Weaver, Danny going to be playing the Alchemist, Andrew on the Clockwork, and Mafia on the Crystal Maiden, all for MVPHOTSIX. And Blitz, of course, on that solo mid Dragon Knight. I almost had Storm Spirit there because I was so used to it after the last series they played. And Bambo going to be playing the Prophet as Yosin on the Vengeful Spirit. Purge going to be playing the Visage, and Corey on the Mirana. So Corey picking up the Mirana, not Bambo, not rotating off that role and putting the Prophet in the carry spot. Rather, the Mirana, she does have much more carry potential. Bambo usually pretty good at getting that offlane farm regardless as well. And Trink going to spot up this move in from MVP onto the Roshan pit. I really doubt they would do it this way, just checking for a G strat here, as Prophet, of course, always has the potential, especially with the damage amp from Vengeful Spirit. So, if you can back off now, we're going to see these lanes form up. So it is going to be a mid Alchemist with Danny on the Alchemist, and Andrew going to be on the Clockwork top lane. And Mafia going to be chilling on the bottom lane with Banwa on the Weaver. So the big thing I guess we're going to have to watch for in the mid game is going to be how well Zephyr pushes, because that's really the orient of their lineup. They're looking to push with the damage amp from, or damage increase from Vengeful Spirit and the Treant, and the Prophet rather, with the Treants, and Visage with the Familiars. So gonna want fast sixes up on all of their heroes. Well, fast sixes on the DK, the Prophet, and likely the Mirana, as well as the Visage. So really just fast sixes on everyone. And MVP just gonna try and hold off the push, survive, and let their heroes just farm up, as they do have the Weaver. It was very good in single target damage. Consider tearing our team apart like Zephyr, as they only have, well, they have plenty of stuns. Never mind. I was gonna try and say, hey, Zephyr doesn't have too many stuns here, so they might be in a bit of trouble. But rather having plenty with the Dragon Tail. But what we're really gonna have to look for Zephyr to do here is execute very well in the laning stage. Gonna have to make sure Zephyr doesn't get too much of an advantage. Gonna try and win as many lanes as possible. Andrew gonna try and have to not die in this off lane, as certainly as soon as he does, there's going to be rotations in from Zephyr and attempts on the tower. The Frostbite up on the Treant. Danny, Blitz hitting each other in the mid lane. Right click's being tossed. Danny getting pretty low here though. Blitz with the bottle now, and that lane going to be instantly harassed by Sunby though. Sunby going to throw the Wild Ring Ripper there and throw the Tornado up. But it's going to take a lot of harassment here now. And yeah, so what's going to go for that top rune? Going to be heavily contested though. Andrew now popping the cogs, Purge, going to protect the rune for Blitz, and Denny going to have to back off. Blitz missing a couple, or a bit of experience here, but not too far. Still ahead of Danny. And that aspirate is really going to be the bane of his existence in the mid lane right now. Bambo, right clicking with Banwa. Banwa getting it mighty low though. And Bambo would just like it to tango up. But again, there are all sorts of harassment for Danny in this mid lane. It's just going to be that aspirate, so he's going to level up as quickly as possible, it seems. Not going to go for anything greedy here with the Grievous Greed. Just going to get stunned in Acid Spray likely for the first couple levels until 6 maybe. And Sunbeam, no rotations out of him yet. And yeah, both teams just playing this early game very passively. Now their team really rotating supports. No aggressive ganks out just yet. And Blitz popping the haste. Need the bottle charges. I'm going to keep bottle crowing as he gets his boots up. In the meantime, throwing out his boots as well as a salve. Wants to heal up on this mid lane as he didn't get the 2-minute rune. I'm gonna send his model back, and Blitz gonna look to try and deny it, but no, not being in range, just denying the creep. And you're now rotating for the 4-minute rune. No rotation from Zephyr here, however, so Blitz gonna feel mighty safe. Sitting on the edge of the asset though, missing the last hit there, and Andrew gonna find a regen top. Just gonna pick it up. Doesn't want to have it contested once again, and throwing rockets, getting that extra mana regen. Sunby in the meantime smoked up on this bottom lane. Have her Bambo back in base. Bambo now teleporting in though, maybe in a bit of trouble here if Sunby, one creep dying, and Bono going in. Both taking a lot of harassment, falling back to his tier 2 tower very successfully. Gonna be able to dodge this gank, it seems, but the push goes on the tower from MVP in the meantime. Mid lane, Blitz taking harass from Danny. Acid Spray again, now level 3. And this tower certainly gonna be pushed in. And in the meantime, top lane, I did indeed miss it. The clockwork goes down to Corey and company, playing a bit too far out, it seems, dying right over in this area. And Zephyr getting the first blood. Right into Corey as well, so certainly good for them. Corey actually going to go for the Midas now, just finishing it up. 5 minutes of very good timing. Bamo going to do his best to deny this mid tower, hopefully, and able to with the right click of the Treant as well as the Prophet. So well done by him, making sure MVP doesn't get that extra gold. And we'll open up the last hits here while we're chatting about. And Blitz not really dominating the mid lane, but not to be expected against an Alchemist, as the harass from the Acid Spray is pretty spooky. And now Zephyr going to push this top tower. Fortify coming up, but no TP. Oh, no TP rotation now from the Crystal Maiden. So Clockwork. See, I'm going to see if they can hold this off a bit, but Zephyr going to fall back, farm up this wave, and kill off the next one likely. Double damage now on the bottom. Let's continuing to eat the Acid Sprays. Alk popping the ultimate. Blitz now having to fall back. And double damage popping Enchantress on that bottom rune. Corey, however, very much in the lead as far as last hits go. Outlasting Bonwa very much. 45 to 34. And rotation on the mid lane, Eocene and Purge now here, looking to kill up the Alk as he did expend his ultimate. Gonna have to rotate quickly though, as it is back up in 10 seconds now. CM, we're feeling the gank coming on possibly, gonna rotate in here, and Blitz gonna go on Danny. Danny now in a bit of trouble, has no ult, and just bursted down by Blitz. Blitz almost able to take that kill solo, but Eocene and Purge helping out, and Danny goes down in the mid lane. Sunby now rotating the bottom, and not going to be able to catch Bambo, as Bambo now teleporting to the mid lane to push the tower. Eocene in a bit of trouble now. Eocene popping the salve just to stay alive. Manages to do so. And Mafia now in a bit of trouble. Goes down to the Soul Assumption as well as the additional right clicks from Zephyr. And Andrew teleporting in. And now Danny returning back to lane. So Zephyr now ahead 3-0 on kills. MVP falling a bit behind in this landing stage. Really not what they want, as they do need to make sure Zephyr don't get too much farm, as they will start pushing down towers like mad if they do. Really could have felt that the Mirana pick could have been replaced by something better, I feel, but I'm not going to see that. This really seems like a Zephyr could have played this like a hard 4 protect 1 strat. His Corey just really sitting in this top lane lately and chilling. Not having to rotate at all, just getting free farm. Could have put like a Naga there. Carry Naga. Oh, that would have been nice, but I'm not going to see it. Bonwa now picking up his dreads. And aggression on both sides being lax for the time being. What's going to work towards that BKB? Danny just has the face boots right now. 500 gold as well. And Blitz continuing to bottle crow, 8 minutes in the game. And MVP smoking up now. Looking to go top, it seems. Gonna go top. MVP now gonna try and take a fight here, but I'm sure as soon as Zephyr gets the tower, they're gonna back off. Indeed they are, and MVP just not timing that well enough. The smoke not getting there in time, and the tower going down before they have a chance to really defend it. So now smoked up and wondering what to do, all meandering in this woods over here. Zephyr or Blitz now. Gonna put some damage out in the tower. And 3 top from MVP. Now all spotted, of course, by the creeps. So Zephyr may look to take the fight here, as they do have 3 as well. Alchemist's actually going to be building up that mechanism, it seems, picking up the headdress. And now 4 top for MVP. Trying to maybe look to punish Corey here, as he did go for that early ring of health, or Midas rather, not the ring of health. This time being thrown on Blitz here, and you've seen the bottom lane farming up a bit. And tower going to take some harass from MVP. Train harass coming out from Bambo. And Yosin going to solo push this tower now. Bambo going to teleport in as well. May just look for a tower trade here. And Zephyr just going to chill as MVP looks for a kill. Alchemist now bottling a double damage up. Going to save it, maybe push the tower extremely well with it. I do not believe Zephyr spotted that, but Blitz are going to call it the missing on the Alch. Knowing that the rune was top and he didn't get it as he checked bottom. So this tower going to go down top, but in the meantime, bottom tower goes down to Bambo as well as Yosin. So push working out well for Zephyr there, but going to trade tier 1 towers here. So towers really going to be even on both sides now, but MVP could continue to look to continue the push. Rather, just going to teleport mid. However, not going to lose that tower to Blitz. Maybe attempting to get the tower down with the Dragon Elder form, but not up for another 5 seconds now. Previously, like 10 seconds when I started rambling on about it. But Midas now up on the Prophet, and Satyr Mindstealer. It's certainly an annoying spell. Gonna burn some mana on Purge, and Sunbeam now gonna be in a bit of trouble. Tries to teleport out Soul Assumption instantly from Purge, however, it falls very quickly, and we were just gonna back out. So now 4 for 1 in Zephyr's favor is the kill count, and the last hits rather telling a tale of the carries really. Corey really outfarming Banwa having no kills either. Marana sitting on that 1 kill, of course, and MVP rotating, or Zephyr rather rotating mid. Danny now with double damage. Throws at the stun of Yosin, all popped by Corey, and Purge didn't kill an Alchemist there. Mafia now falling as well, so 2 in the mid lane down for Zephyr, or MVP rather. As the kills did go in the way of Zephyr, mid tower goes down now as well, and Zephyr I'm sure could continue to look to push here. 1 point up in the aura for Vengeful Spirit, and Blitz gonna go check for the rune, gonna get the regen top. Zephyr continuing that push. Yosin going to try and stay in range here for the creeps, and hook in from Andrew now onto Bambo. Bambo in a bit of trouble, pushed up by the cogs. Not going to fall yet, it seems, though. Getting very low. Sunbeam in the meantime risking his life to try and get Bambo. Bambo over falling to Banwa. Banwa now chasing on Yosin. Purge now in a bit of trouble, stunned up, and Banwa cleaning him up. So triple kill for Banwa there, being able to pick apart the Zephyr team as they were very low in that engagement. Here being harassed, almost going down. Blitz meantime going to engage mid as Corey's still here. Stun going out on Corey from Danny. Banwa now underneath the tower. And Crystal Maiden dying, it seems. Bambo teleporting in. Now going to look for Andrew. Andrew may need to teleport away, however, so Crystal Maiden died where? Oh, in the mid lane, so must have just been a teleport in from Purge, and I was watching the woods instead of the front of the tower. And probably just threw a Soul Assumption out. But buyback from Prophet there, so Bambo buying back, not managing to get a kill in return. No big deal though. Gonna work towards that Necro now. And Yosin likely just build towards that medallion. He is the armor reducer. Or rather, Purges already has the medallion, so who knows what Yosin's going for. Maybe another medallion. Maybe the double armor reduction. And this Roshan going to fall very fast as they do have the medallion and all the summons coming out from Andrew. Going to scatter it out just a moment too late. And Corey now going to be working towards the Lincolns. So both teams now grouping as 5, and we're going to go farm for a bit as MVPs sit mid and maybe look to push. So it's going to be Ern on Eosin. And MVP going to all back up very far away, it seems. Probably going to some smoke going to come out here, or no? Just chilling like villains in the mid lane. Going to wait for the push to come up from Zephyr. As Bonma farms up on this top lane, going to be working towards the Lincolns as well. Corey on pace with him and does have that Midas as well as the parts of Lincolns that Bonwa has, so but it's not going to be pushing the tower. Is up in front. It does have the Aegis. BKB starting to come up on him. Danny, meantime, has the mechanism now, so team fights are certainly a possibility for MVP. And Sunbee has the smoke in the stash. Nothing else really in terms of items. And Bambo going to try and defend top from Bonwa. As this push is attempted to be continued. Harassment from the Enchantress creeps. Next wave of creeps coming in for Zephyr. But spotting out Danny on that high ground. And Bush will just need to poke away at this tower as often as once every like 2 seconds or so to make sure to get the damage over time on it. Stun coming out from Denny on there, and Sunbee managing to deny the tower there even with all the damage from Zephyr. Zephyr gonna just back off now, it seems. Gonna probably just rotate the other lanes and look to get those towers as well. As MVP really didn't want to take a fight there. They don't have the Weaver, and really the only spam they can throw out is the rockets and the acid spray. Certainly being enough. Andrew may be looking for a hook now, however. Being spotted out by the Treant, and arrow flying back from Corey, gonna hit on Danny. And Zephyr backing off. Splits picks up the double damage rune. Bono now still working on this tier 2 tower, so spending a lot of time up here now. Teleport in from Bambo, however. Oh, no, faking it. Force him to back off. Probably scared him away, and now he just wants to teleport out. Yeah, indeed he does. It's a little bit of a misplay there from Bambo. Who knows though? Weaver could just backed off without that prompt from him. And let's take a look at the gold graph. Zephyr 7,500 in the lead and 5,000 in the lead for experience. Andrew in the meantime up in this. Oh, stalk and blitz. Puts in this mid lane now. Bonwa here as well. Clockwork not gonna look for the hook though. Could be. No. He's gonna back off. Chillin still here, up here. Gonna find out Eosin very low. Could just look for the kill here, and indeed he does. Eosin gonna stun and walk away though. However, Bonwa gonna clean him up and teleport in from Bambo. Now Bonwa in trouble, just blown up by the familiars as well as the fire from Blitz. As Blitz also had the double damage there though, so trading a carry for a Vengeful Spirit support, not the best trade there. Zephyr may just look to push now as the bug's not going to be able to come out. That mass armor reduction that MP seems to have, not going to happen. Somebody now in a bit of trouble, treat up by Bambo and just going to fall very quickly as again with that double damage on Blitz still. And I believe the arrow stun expended. Yes, it was. So Zephyr going to look to push. Blitz going to maybe try and get as much damage on this tower as he can with the double damage still up. About to expire however though, so may not see that happening. Danny going to throw out the acid spray, and Zephyr going to push down this tower as fast as they can. Damage ore now coming in from Eosin, but just again Zephyr just going to back off, getting what damage they can, and going to rotate away. And Andrew still has the hook available. Could always try and see something. They do have this warded, so Corey, of course, could be in a bit of trouble. Always has a leaf over as the backup plan. And all Zephyr going to make it out safely as MVP again not being able to find anyone on the way out. But Andrew seems going to be working towards the BKB. Outstanding 1.68 gold. Bonwa now. Finishing up. Oh, no, still not having Lincoln's 500 away now. And MVP going to make this push mid. Tower pretty full, so Zephyr could certainly defend it if they wanted to. Popping the fortify just now, and let's see if they do indeed make their rotation. Indeed they are. Blitz going to rotate in, as well as the rest of his team. Bamboo, of course, always have the ability to teleport in. Stun's coming out from Purge. And Arrow not hitting a creep, I assume. Now Danny in a bit of trouble. Stun coming out from Eosin. Danny medallioned up from Purge and gonna fall there. So MVP losing another player mid. Bamboo now. Trees up on Banwa. Banwa could be in a bit of trouble now. Time lapse is out. Stun from Blitz. Arrow from Corey and blown up as the stun from Eosin also hits. So a 2-0 in the mid lane now for Zephyr. Zephyr again going to try and look to push mid. Age is about to fall now. Blitz finishing up that BKB. Eosin still with just the urn. Purge with the mechanism and medallion. And Corey with the Lincolns and another 1500 gold. Andrew now sitting top while the rest of his team sits in base. Gonna teleport. No, I'm still not teleporting in. Harassment coming out from Mafia and Sunby, but this tower gonna fall now. And Zephyr could look to get a Rax here, maybe 2. Sunby being force-tapped in by Bambo there, actually. So well played by Bambo. And Purge is getting familiar there. Zephyr is kind of sort of falling back. Banwa now in trouble. Stunned up by Eosin. Banwa gonna time lapse out, however. Getting all that health back. Now Zephyr on the back foot, it seems. Eosin gonna be dusted up here. Hook in from Andrew. Now Blitz popping BKB. Ult from Mafia now. And Bambo and Eosin falling there in that fight. Blitz now bugged up. Stun gonna come from Denny onto Purge. Purge in a bit of trouble now. All of MP rotating over to kill him. Frostbite gonna come out from Mafia and Purge falling. So Zephyr losing 2 for that Raxing so far. Could have just backed off after that. Melee Rax have been fine. But a bit too greedy there, a bit too overzealous for Zephyr. MP could get a mid tower in exchange. Still pretty low from that earlier fight. Attempt at least. And well, MVP just going to back off. Banwa going to farm a little bit aggressively. Arrow coming out from Corey. Time lapse out by Banwa now. Banwa going to run away, however. Going to make it out safely. Eosin did expend that ult, but short cooldown for him. No big deal. And likely a Desolator next up on Mirana. Bambo now. Look to kill Andrew. Andrew falling very low here. Gonna get that one last right click right before Andrew gets away, and now the rest of Zephyr gonna rotate bottom and look for this tier 2 tower. So at 21 minutes in now, Zephyr up 14-7 on kills. Gold, 12k in their advantage as well. Experience wavering a bit, but still in their favor by about 7,500. Orchid can go up on Bambo now. As Zephyr really starting to get those good mid-game items up. And Zephyr continuing to push the tower. Maybe people are not engaging. No bugs out from Banwa. Just the acid spray from Danny. And gonna play this safe. Let's look for the next tier 2 tower top next, but gonna check Roshan. Roshan not gonna be up for another 2 minutes, about 2 minutes now. So they're just gonna do the ancients as well as wait for that Roshan to come back up. As MVP will have to try and keep that mid-rax pushed out with the mega melee creeps coming in. Orchid now up on Bambo. Somebody working towards the drums. As Mafia work towards the Force Staff. Alchemist going to work towards the Assault Cuirass, I would assume. Really stacking up the negative armor, it seems, in this strategy. With the Acid Spray as well as the bugs, of course. And Mara now finishing the Desolator. Eosin in the meantime, gonna look to push top maybe, but could be in a bit of trouble as there are 4 MVP heroes in the nearby vicinity. Bambo ever gonna teleport in. But regardless of that fact, and all Zephyr could just be maybe gonna work their way towards the top lane. So Roshan now gonna be up in 30 seconds. Corey just looking for something to Midas up here in the mid lane. Is all of MP really top? Not that Not that they see him, but now they do likely. Seeing probably at least 3 there. So I'm sure Zephyr feeling very safe at this point, very much in the lead, because they're 15,000 gold now. But let's take a look at the kills. So Purge on top of this kill board, 6 kills, 2 deaths, 2 assists. We have Bonma next on the list, 4, 2, and 3. Corey, 3, 0, and 3. Bambo, 2, 2, and 9. Yosin sitting at 2, 3, and 7. Blitz sitting on 1, 0, and 10. So 0 death shot at him, but little kills, just mainly assists. No big deal from him though. And Alchemist as well as the Enchantress sitting on 0 kill totals. Certainly not what you want. But it is good that Weaver does have 4 kills. Meanwhile, the net worth. Oh, hold on. We may have an engagement here at the Roshan. And Weaver now working his way towards the pit, but Zephyr going to start working on their attempt. Zephyr not splitting out the smoke just yet. Rocket coming in from the Clockwork, but a bit too late. Bug's going to come out from Bonwa. Bonwa now going to be split up by Sentry Wood, however. Trees tried to be cast on him, but missing as Lincoln did pop with that. And Prophet Alt not going to be able to be spotted here. They don't know the wards here still. Nothing being bounced off of it. And yeah, Zephyr getting another Aegis, I believe, placing it on Corey this time. Yes, it's on Corey this time. He does have Disload up, so it's a bit more damage heavy, of course, with the Deso. And Blitz going to be working towards that Assault Pierce now as well, it seems. Andrew's working towards that BKB. Could buy the Hammer, but likely saving for buyback at this point. Majority of the MVP's team having the buybacks now. The Weaver, the Alk, and the Clockwork. Really important heroes there for MVP. So it's good that they have that. Zephyr getting the tier 2 top. Coming up from Corey, missing on the Andrew as he was cogsing himself to push back any creeps or aggression. Zephyr still aggressing, going towards the tier 3 now. As Sunbeat does finish the drums now. And Zephyr continuing to sit at the top of this cliff. Gonna blow up this quick creep wave. Yeah, pretty easily. Bambo, meanwhile, pushing in the bottom lane with the Treants. Once he right clicks out, has the Maelstrom now, as well as the Orchid. So Zephyr going to go in for the push now as Bambo gets closer and closer to the bottom lane. Very good split push executed here from Zephyr. Pressuring this tower as Bambo pushes in the bottom, so MVP going to look for a fight here, but if they do take it, Bambo is certainly going to get this bottom tower. Sunbeat rotating down, however, and going to try and deal with that push. Forcing a 4v4 here. And MVP now still having the 4 heroes in the top lane. Bambo being pushed back a bit by the Enchantress. Then they're going to keep throwing out the Acid Spray and the Crystal Nova from Crystal Maiden. Andrew could look for a hook here at any moment as Corey does. Corey going to leap away, dodge the stun. Not dodge it, but rather make sure he's not stunned in range. Lincoln's pops for it regardless. And Bambo now being harassed by Bonwa here, and Sunbeat. Not going to get him in time, teleports out just in time, and top tower in exchange for that attempted kill on Bambo now. Zephyr going to try and get these top racks. Bambo teleporting back in now. And fight going on everywhere. Bonwa now falling very low from the right clicks from Corey. Andrew going to fall, as well as Mafia. Stun up from Danny. Corey getting very low here. Aegis going to pop. Sunbeat falling very low here from the Soul Serpent from Purge. Blitz now going to nearly fall. And buybacks from Clockwork as well as Weaver, as well as Bambo, who died in the back lines. I assume he was playing very forward behind the racks. Andrew now in the cogs with Purge. Purge going to be killing him. Blitz now Fire Breath and kills him. So a very action-packed last fight there. Buybacks from both sides, and MVP just not being able to defend. So first game going in Zephyr's favor. 21-8 is your final kill count. And yeah, Zephyr taking that first game really just as they executed. Did have the push strat set up, did manage to execute it properly. MVP just not being able to win out that laning phase, giving up too many kills, allowing Zephyr to get up those items too fast and just start up with the push. So yeah, that's game 1 for you. This was Frouwo casting this game. If you enjoyed it, that's great. Like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. If you didn't like it, I do appreciate constructive criticism. You can contact me via YouTube, via Twitter, via Twitch, any of those venues. I will probably respond as fast as humanly possible, likely, but we'll see. But again, thank you for watching. This was Frouwo. I will see you guys in game 2, but in the meantime, have a nice day. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.